Chapter 12, Sensory Mechanisms, Screencast 2. Now, this is the shortest of the 4 screencasts, and it's focusing on 2 senses, those of taste and smell. And these are addressed at the same time because there is a relationship between the two. Now, when we talk about taste, our ability to taste is due to taste buds, and those are chemoreceptors. And what they actually do, they bind with substances that are dissolved. And if we look at their primary location, they're distributed around the edge, front, and back of the tongue. Now, there are 5 categories of taste, and those are sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and the newest one is known as umami. And what this is savory. So these are the sensations that we are actually sensitive to. Now here, if you look at this series of diagrams, it's working first with the tongue and then going deeper and deeper to what these receptors actually look like. And once again, they're chemoreceptors. So here we can see the scattered overall sensation. Here we're looking at the surface of the tongue, and we see here that it's covered with these large and small papilla with many deep folds in between. Now here's a sagittal section, so this is another section here, and what you're looking at are the papilla, and you actually see the location of the taste buds along the side here. And we can see those there. And here, this is a cartoon image of a taste bud, and it's composed of a group of taste cells and supporting cells. And notice the neural input here. Okay, so these taste hairs are those that are being stimulated, and then once they're stimulated, they're going to generate action potentials, and they're going to move on to the central nervous system, to the areas of the brain that are in particular sensitive to the sensation for taste. Now, smell is very much related. So if we look at olfactory receptor cells, they also are chemoreceptors, and they're going to bind with what we call odorants. Now, these receptor cells are capable of detecting greater than 1,000 different odorants. Now, we know that there's a correlation between taste and smell. So what happens typically, chewed food will release chemicals, and those actually come in contact with olfactory receptors. And we can see the process here. So here is the nose. So I have this olfactory epithelium, and here is the olfactory bulb. So this is actually a cranial nerve base which will go to the brain and is specific to smell. And if we kind of look at the process here, so here's the mucus layer. Here are actually the receptor cells, okay? The olfactory gland, and then we can see the neural connection to the olfactory bulb. So that is how those sensations are sent to the brain, where we will actually act upon them in some particular manner. Now, to me, smell is very powerful, and one of the examples I like to use, kind of imagine you're going to some of those shops on Jefferson Road. There's a high concentration of restaurants. I'm kind of thinking of Red Robin. So I kind of pull into that parking lot, and I honestly feel that they are on purpose pumping smells into the parking lot to entice me into going into their restaurant. Okay? And also, if you think about number of restaurants and grocery stores, they take advantage of a lot of our special senses. Smell is very powerful. Think about a bakery. Okay. Also, think about visual. Okay. We are really geared towards things that are bright colors and things like that. Think about how things are displayed at Wegmans. Okay. And so once again, they are taking advantage of some physiological senses and knowing that we are responsive to taste, smell, those things in particular.